Well, I can confidently say that I still prefer Fury Road over Furiosa. Furiosa is still a W movie. So Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, is the latest installment into the modern Mad Max films. The film is directed by George Miller, and it stars Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth. Snatched from the green place of many mothers, young Furiosa falls into the hands of a great biker horde led by the warlord Dementis. So basically, this is her origin story. When it comes to my knowledge of Mad Max, Fury Road was the only Mad Max film that I have ever seen. And to this day, that movie is peak cinema. And now we have Furiosa, which takes place years before Fury Road. And off the rip, I loved Anya Taylor-Joy as Furiosa. Now, Furiosa is a silent but yet straightforward person who's all about action. And in this movie, Anya Taylor-Joy does not have a lot of dialogue. In fact, I would argue she has less dialogue than Tom Hardy did in Fury Road. So most of the movie relies on her physical acting rather than the dialogue. And Anya Taylor-Joy knocked that role out of the park. And one thing that is funny is that the child Furiosa had more speaking lines than 20-something-year-old Furiosa. But then again, given what happens to Furiosa and the amount of trauma that woman endures, I think most people would have the exact same reaction. But I think Anya did an outstanding job at playing the attractive and badass Furiosa. But if I could be honest with y'all, the real standout was Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth was marvelous in this movie. No pun intended. Chris Hemsworth plays this humorous but yet vile piece of shit warlord who doesn't take too much attention away from Furiosa. When I first saw the trailer, I was kind of worried his character was going to be a little too cartoonish or too silly in a way. But no, I think his character fits perfectly in this world. Chris Hemsworth must have had a ball filming this movie. Like, it is clear as day he had a blast. And arguably, this is a top 5 performance from Chris Hemsworth. God, I really love this character. Speaking of love, just like Fury Road, the action in here is just as crazy, just as intense, and it was made by a true craftsman. The sounds of just guns and cars going off in the middle of a plain desert, sand everywhere, I really love that shit. I don't know why, I just do. Personally, I prefer all of the action sequences from Fury Road, but in Furiosa, we gotta add this movie to the conversation. Every scene was carefully constructed and executed, and George Miller, again, a true craftsman, an artiste, if you will. I did like the color grading in this movie, but I do feel like it felt rather plain or kind of simple in a way compared to Fury Road. And the cinematography in this movie is very solid when the green screen isn't sticking out. Yeah, there are some pretty noticeably bad CGI moments. Fury Road did use CGI, but I would argue it wasn't as noticeable as compared to Furiosa. In Furiosa, those moments, they just felt a little too distracting for me. Some people may not care, and that's fine, but for me, I was pinpointing that shit. And I don't know about y'all, but this movie felt a little too long. To me, if this movie was at least 20 minutes shorter, I wouldn't be mad at it. But I completely understand why this movie was 2.5 hours. I mean, hell, they're building out the character of Furiosa, who she is, where she came from, and setting up all of the events that led to Fury Road. Again, I have no problem with, but I felt if the pacing was better, like if it was better executed, I probably would have been a bit more forgiving. And I still enjoyed the movie as a whole, and I think it is a masterful achievement in filmmaking. I do feel the story was a bit repetitive at times. It kind of did feel like they were kind of going in circles in a way, if you think about it. Furiosa gets captured, she escapes. She gets captured again, she escapes. Years go by, she tries to escape and gets captured. Sorta-ish. But despite all that, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, is a wonderful film. Stellar performances, badass action scenes, solid cinematography, great use of audio mixing, and also kind of a love letter to the world of Mad Max. So, plugging Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pinnacle zone. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my review for Furiosa. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about Furiosa. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you have it in you to make it epic? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you all in the next one.